Hi and welcome to this video. It's Ryan from Sales Scout here. I wanted to explain our pricing model to you, our website visitor. So let's dive right into it. So we essentially have three packages. The first package is Reach, and this is designed for entry-level teams that want to get into automating their top of funnel. So whether you're thinking about hiring an SDR, or whether or not you have no idea what an SDR is and you just want to increase the scale and the velocity of your outreach to your target market, then this plan is probably going to be for you. So this is generally for a single business owner or a couple of people within a single business. Maybe you've done just a seed or a capital raise where you're looking at investing in things like growth. Right now, growth can be achieved in a number of different ways, and looking at sales development as one of those methods or channels of growth is going to be imperative to your success. Making sure that one, you know who the target market is, and making sure that that target market is receiving that message on an ongoing, autonomous and continuous basis. So Reach is really for you. That's going to allow you to hand off your market persona designation. It's going to allow you to hand off your B2B list research and supply on an ongoing basis to Sales Scout. We're going to be able to design you a multi-channel outbound outreach campaign. We're going to be able to connect inbound to that as well. So thinking about our platform as the execution machine that enables all of the automations around outreach, follow-up, qualification, and so on. There's no reason that you shouldn't also be doing that from an inbound point of view. So making sure that if you are buying media on pay-per-click digital marketplaces, Google Ads, Facebook, etc., that you're driving that traffic into the platform as well, and you're doing both, an outbound and an inbound process. So that's going to give you access to the platform for up to 2 users. Usually that's an administrator and maybe a sales rep or a marketing manager or something like that. There is a cap on the number of contacts that we would add into that from an automated outbound point of view, and that gives you up to 1,000 contacts a month, which is quite good, particularly if you're looking at B2B continuous outreach as well. That does give you access to run those audiences on LinkedIn as well. So you start with one audience. If you do want to stay on that package and increase the number of pipelines, which is basically an audience and a message, you can just buy those as add-ons, which is an additional $9.95 XGST per pipeline. So then moving on to Grow. Now, Grow is going to give you an increased number of users. So an example might be is that you have field sales reps spread across the globe or the country or a particular region. There's rules of engagement which dictate which market segments belong to which rep. We're going to then deploy sales development and growth marketing to increase the pipeline for all of those reps. But we need to understand, what are the rules of engagement? How do we do handoff and qualification to the right rep at the right time? Making sure that a certain market segment or a certain customer cohort is being handed off and assigned to, or an appointment is being booked to the right reps. We do all the platform configuration and deployment. We do connect inbound funnels. You can up to 1 inbound funnel on the Grow plan. You get a larger number of contacts that can be added into your outbound automation, so that's up to 3,000. Gives you access to our strategic meetings, so we meet with you to try and build upon your own strategy very regularly. We want to become part of how you align marketing and sales within the business, and how what marketing is doing is impacting pipeline, and we sit in between those two functions and try to bring a real sense of alignment between those two functions. It also allows us, if you are using a CRM system, to build a one-way push. So whenever a meeting is being booked or a conversation needs to be taken further and you're interested in then qualifying that contact to exist in the CRM, then we would be able to automatically create those records in your single source of truth, which is ultimately going to be your CRM. So then moving on to our largest base package, which is called Amplify. And really we look at this in terms of, I suppose, a true holistic enterprise growth strategy. These tend to be on longer terms, right? So 6 to 12 months. And the biggest reason behind the longer terms of these plans is the data. So Amplify comes with premium data. So rather than Sales Scout looking at deploying a number of people to conduct research based on your firmographic parameters, demographic parameters, and so forth, what we're actually doing is we're deploying very sophisticated tools through data partners like ZoomInfo, Aptivio, etc., to first and foremost come up with intent signals. That typically takes between 60 and 90 days before we start to see the right signals coming through. And then once we've got intent, we start to then resolve those contacts. So contact resolution becomes the data after we see the intent, and then the execution of the outreach is the second component to that. So minimum 6-month engagement on those bigger plans because of the time needed to pass really for us to be able to start to see those signals coming through from your target market. We also deploy the entire platform for you. You get 10 users. So if you've got a large sales team spread across the globe in any language, geography, etc., get them in there. You know, they can all be using it. They can all be running their own market segments. So that gives you a huge number of pipelines to be working with. You can run inbound funnels as well. You get access to all of our marketing services. So when you're thinking about running different campaigns, you may want to run a campaign for a promotional piece. You might want to run an event, a webinar. You might be releasing some new features into your software or product. All of these things might require the use of copy, design, landing pages, funnel design, all of those things that are essentially critical to the success of a campaign. And you can lean on us and our team to be able to do that at no extra charge. You can submit as many orders as you need, and we'll turn those around for you with up to 2 or 3 iterations to make sure you're very happy with, you know, the brand and messaging and copy and those types of things. It also allows us to participate in many strategic and advisory meetings. We would be very much an extension of your growth team and the sales team. And we would do a 2-way synchronization. So the examples I like to use here are, booking meetings for sales reps. When the prospective customer does not show to a demo, for instance, sales reps can tag this in their CRM rather than being in Sales Scout if that's where they want to live. And then that information will flow back through to us, and we'll be able to trigger off a number of things to get those people to reschedule, rebook, and attend the follow-up meeting. So that's the Amplify one. All of these services around marketing are all inclusive on Amplify. When you look at Reach and Grow, there are limitations to those, but we want to make sure that each campaign is as successful as it can be. So the more information you're able to volunteer to us around products and services, branding, etc., we want to get your audience out of email, out of SMS, out of these predominant communication channels and engaging with digital assets. So landing pages and calendar bookings, you know, is a great opportunity for us to have them volunteer qualification information. 3 questions that you might qualify a new prospect with. Have that on the booking page of a calendar. It also gives us the opportunity to create a remarketing list by using cookies and Facebook pixels and so forth. And so we're not just about trying to generate leads into calendars, we're also about generating intelligence through continuous outreach and activity into the market. Gives you the ability to pass information back to marketing and have a feedback loop between the field intelligence that's gained from that activity, and marketing can make some more informed data-driven decisions about who their audience is on an ongoing basis. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope we work together in the future soon. Let's connect and have a discovery call to talk about the opportunities and bottlenecks and how we can go about solving those problems for you.